Hey guys, it's me. Shut up, Tyler. But guess what, guys? Today I'm taking a break from playing Splatoon Raiders and I'm going to tell you about bearings. For those that don't know, bearings are precision mechanical parts that reduce friction between moving components, supporting loads within machines itself. So you typically would see bearings on something like a motor, for example. As you can probably imagine, there are different types of bearings like ball bearings, roller bearings, and plain bearings as examples. Standard bearing sizes are measured by inner diameter with the bore, with the outer diameter and the width. The shell of a bearing is what typically reduces the friction with supporting heavy rotating loads and protecting expensive engine parts from direct wear and tear. Then we have the retaining lip, which basically has a seal protection with a rubber sealant to contact or block out moisture and dust. Going a little bit down the diagram here, when we see the ruler part of it, it's the line contact rolling elements that are placed between the inner and outer ring to reduce friction and support heavy loads. They're kind of doing a lot of the weightlifting on that. Then finally we have the face, which is basically a contact point to handle the axial thrust loads, transmitting clamping force and aligning parts of bearings against each other. So in a way, kind of keeping everything all afloat. Some bearings have these little metallic balls in them, so those are what we call ball bearings. Take a look at the inside of this motor. This is what the bearings do with the machine. To basically understand what kind of bearing you're looking for, you would follow these 5 digits that you would look for: the bearing type code, the bearing width, outer diameter, inner diameter, and then if you really want, some bearings have what's called a shield, where there's a single shield with the 1Z and a double shield with the 2Z. You can kind of see a little bit of an example like this with this ball bearing set right here. Just as an example, of course. Alright, now that you know what bearings are, let me show you some of my favorite bearings that you can find from different manufacturers. Nachi bearings were the first kind of bearings I was introduced to, but unfortunately the 6003 model is obsolete. Then we have SKF bearings. These are pretty good ones too. They're like a top tier manufacturer in my opinion. Another top tier one is Timken myself too. You see right there, those are called tapered rolled bearings. Then we have NSK bearings right here. These are pretty good too. I like these ones as well. Now we got some big boy bearings too, like a Sealmaster F-506 models. These things are heavy. And then you see some other models too. This one's a Dodge variant of this as well. And then you see a P206 from AMI as well. Do you see that little gold part on top too? That's where you would unscrew it, and that's where you can add lubricants to it. NTN is offering these Ozempic bearings that you could see right here on the screen. Check this out right here. You can see a whole bearing deconstructed with all the parts and materials in it. And then these are technically considered bearings too, but these are very, very flat. And then, like I mentioned previously, these are ball bearings. So you can see the metallic balls with them too, with the seals. Check this out, guys. They have Spaceballs, the bearings. This would be really cool if they used this in Spaceballs too. Mel Gibson, please make it happen. But I know what you're wondering, and what is the best bearing that you can find? Well, we're going to play a little game. Alright, what you're going to want to do is go to Applied Industrial Technologies website. Pull it up on another tab if you need to, and then you see where that search bar is, where it says keyword and brand. You're going to go there, and then you're going to type this code out. Alright, the code you're going to want to type in is 101490775. Alright, pause the video if you need to. Let me know when you're ready. Alright, you good? Alright, click it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you are the best bearing that's ever on the market. Unfortunately, you are now owned by INA/FAG/Schaeffler, so have fun with that. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. I wanted to talk about bearings. I think that these are really neat, especially that this is what I used to sell for like a couple years at my old job. But let me know in your comments if you have any favorite bearings or if you learned anything new today. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.